Alright everybody, welcome back to a new Sims 3 video. I have a new house for you guys, and today it's going to be the Caropa house, which I found online on the Arch Daily site, which you will basically find in the description down below for yourself, just so you can check out the site and basically make a couple of designs from whatever you can find over there. But this is a house. This is located in the Vila Madalena district in Brazil. Now the overall house design itself is quite compact. It's not like super wide, super big. It's actually quite, long. It's a long house. It's a decent size. I actually quite like it. It's a nice design of a house. But anyway, let's go towards the overall build because otherwise I will be talking your ears off. Now the overall house design is quite clean. It's small, it's compact, so the architects basically had limited space to work with. So the gardens, for example, are not super huge. It's like a couple of meters only. It's like 5 meters in the front and maybe 7 meters in the back, but that's it. But you got to work with it. It's a good house design. It's a good house to live in with the family. Nice and clean and open. I'm basically trying to copy it 100% in The Sims 3. And I think I got it quite close, even though, of course, The Sims 3 is quite different in size. I couldn't actually copy it the way it is in real life. So the size, of course, is different, but it is necessary, otherwise The Sims 3 doesn't work. So here we go with the build. I, of course, sped it up because every single Sims 3 build has a sped up video. Where you can see me building the whole house. Here I'm basically figuring out like how big everything is supposed to be compared to the overall design. Now, only later in the video I managed to find out that I made a tiny mistake in sizing, but I managed to figure that out later and correct myself. It's not like a super huge deal. Of course, when you build a house or a floor plan, I would suggest to use the objects as well. So to make sure, like, okay, how big is a room supposed to be, you can basically measure it with an object from the game itself to see if it matches the floor plan itself. So that's probably the best option you can basically have for building a floor plan based on or a floor plan in Sims 3 based on a real life floor plan. Of course, I'm trying to replicate the staircase. Now, it's not really that simple or easy to do. I'm trying to see, like, okay, how can I actually place it over there? Okay, not happening over there, not happening over there. Really annoying. But eventually I started basically working on other things like, okay, where are supposed to windows go? Where is this supposed to go? Working on the kitchen area right now to see if the sizing is correct and to see how far I can actually go with it. So because eventually you do need to basically make an idea like, okay, how big is everything supposed to be? And of course the painting of the floor, so new grass textures being used over here. There's a great that contrasts to the overall house design. And here I'm trying to find the correct floor paint basically for the front garden. And of course the I would say the front path. I'm not even sure how to call that. I used a constrained floor elevation cheat, and eventually my staircase did manage to work, but of course it's quite compact actually, it's quite tight to the wall. I only managed to figure that out later, that my wall had to be 1 block further to the left. So I only figured that out later. So right now I'm working on the 2nd floor of the house to see how big everything is supposed to be, making the bathrooms over there. And the master suite right over there. The master suite is somewhat the correct size. Still have to figure out like how big everything is supposed to be. Eventually I was like, okay, hold on a second. This is supposed to be this size and this is supposed to be that size. Like, I'm trying to be 100% accurate, of course. It's not going to be easy. So I'm trying to basically create, okay, all the holes where the doors are supposed to be located. Painting the floors, because that's basically the first part of every single build. Okay, you build the floors, or paint the floors at least, to a basic color. Just to make sure you have a standard to work with. Over here, basically painting the front wall where the garage doors are and the front doors to the correct green color that is basically, well, in the actual design. Because, well, I'm one of those guys who wants to be super accurate. And I'm trying to basically, a little planting in the front garden to basically start off a little bit. So already starting with the decorating of the garden, even though the house is not even done yet. It's not even like, okay, this is supposed to go over there, that goes over there. No, it's not even happening. I'm just gonna go start off with the garden just like that. Because, like, okay, it's basically the basic that you start off with, because then you have a starting point. Okay, so you basically start from the outside, you work your way in. That's basically the way I am doing it. Now, luckily for me, I had the proper plans in my inventory that actually work quite well with the overall design in real life. Of course, the trees, well, they don't really work well, but every single tree is kind of different, so I decided to work with this one instead. Of course, the real design is not involving, well, rocks in the garden, but I decided, you know what, it brings a little bit more filling towards the garden, so I don't need to fill it up with super huge amount of plants. And it does work. But, yeah, I don't think I have much more to say about the whole build, because I will be quite busy with the front garden before I'm going to be doing anything else. And, yeah, but let's just go towards and head over to the overall build in silence, and I just hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, we have arrived at the ending of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the build. I surely did. Of course, like I said in the second part, I had to do some corrections with the whole design because it turns out to be way too compact. But eventually the build worked out pretty well for me. I hope you guys are going to be liking it. I will post a link in the mega folder and in the description down below, so you guys can download and install it yourself. And yeah, I appreciate you guys watching this, of course, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next build video. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later in the next video. Bye bye.